Fire in the hole, let's smother down some steaks. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome once again to my backyard. What we got going on for you today is we're going to smother down some steaks. I've got a couple of top round steaks. These are it's a very tough, cheap cut of meat, but we're going to work it down. We're going to make these into something delicious. What we're going to do first is what we always do. We got a fire going in the pit. We're going to put some Tsangs stir fry oil on these two top round steaks, like that. I got my Cajun pig stick for flipping the steaks, so I can get them turned over like that. Get some Tsangs on the other side of that one, and then we're going to hit them with some Tango Spice Cajun rub. That's a really good Cajun seasoning. I'm just going to sprinkle that on there, both sides of those steaks. And you know that oil is going to help the rub stick to the steaks. And we're going to get these on the fire. We're going to put these on direct fire. Just not trying to cook them. We just want to get a little fire and smoke on them. They look good enough to eat already. We just want to get a little fire and smoke on the steaks, because then we're going to take them off there and cut them into chunks. And we're going to braise them. We're going to make them really tender in a braising liquid that's going to turn into a gravy, and we're going to pour it over some rice. It's going to be really good, so stay tuned. Okay, we got our chunks of beef cut up. We got a little bit of fire and smoke on them. They are by no means cooked. So what we're going to do now is slather them with some Lee and Perrins Worcestershire sauce. Get that all over them. Worcestershire sauce, I love it. Love Lee and Perrins, my favorite brand. And we're going to get some flour. I got some of this Wonder flour over here. We're going to douse them with some flour and let them sit in that bowl until we're ready for it. We'll get some flour on there, get them mixed up. Let me get a spoon. They've got Lee and Perrins Worcestershire sauce and flour on them. They are by no means cooked. They've also got some Tango Spice Cajun rub on them from another layer of flavor. We're going to get some of that flour on there and just let them sit for a while we make up the gravy that these are going to braise in. So stay tuned. I'm going to get my cast iron pan on the fire and get the gravy going. Stay tuned. I got my Emerald Lagasse frying pan on the fire getting hot. We're going to throw down with some bacon. You hear that sizzling? Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Bacon. We need some bacon because we need some bacon fat to render and cook our veggies in. Ah yeah. There's nothing like bacon frying in a pan to make you think of something good. So let me get my bacon rendered down and we'll start with the veggies, so stay tuned. Alright, the bacon has rendered down enough for me to put my veggies in. So what I got now is a bell pepper and a diced onion and some diced up celery. Now you may recognize that as the Cajun Holy Trinity, and you'd be right, except for one piece missing. One piece of the Trinity is missing. Even though the Trinity is supposed to have 3 pieces, it's actually got 4 pieces. Get that cooked down a little bit. We'll add the 4th piece of the Trinity, which is what my buddy Rivet Gardner calls cheater's garlic. That's garlic that comes diced up already. He says you're cheating when you use that because it's already diced up, so you don't have to dice it up. I say, if I can cheat, I'll cheat. And I will cheat. So there you go. You got some garlic, a yellow bell pepper, some celery, some onion in the frying pan. We got to season that. What we're going to use to season it is some of this. Slap ya mama. And I really do want to sometimes. Anyway, this is a nice Cajun seasoning that I like to use sometimes. In fact, a lot. I don't show it on camera much, but anyway, it's salt, pepper, garlic, and cayenne pepper. And it's just a perfect blend of seasonings to make when you're cooking something Cajun. Anyway, let's get that cooked up. Get my veggies cooked down, cooked up, cooked down, smothered down, whatever you want to call it. Alright, let me get my veggies softened up and cooked up, and we will continue to make our Cajun smothered steak. Stay tuned. Okay, the veggies have cooked down quite a bit, so what we're going to do now is add some beef stock. About 1.5 cups of beef stock to our veggies, and that should do it for the beef stock. I also have some white mushrooms I want to put in there because I love mushrooms. So we're going to drop in some white mushrooms, get them stirred around in there. Oh yeah, this is coming together now, babies. Woohoo! This is going to be good. Get those mushrooms cooked up in there, in that beef stock. Now we're going to be making a gravy with this, so we want to thicken it up a little bit. We also want to flavor it up a little bit. We need some red wine. And don't worry, Craig, I'm not going to sing. We need about 1.5 cups of sweet red wine to flavor up that, what's going to be a beautiful gravy. Let's see, is that about 1.5 cups? I better taste that to make sure it's good. Oh, that's delicious. Let's put some more of that. That's about 1.5 cups of red wine. And then you need some bullion. Now you could put regular, bullion in there, but what I use is this stuff. It's called Better Than Boullion. And there's a reason it's called that. It's because it is better than bouillon. So you want to get some of this out of there. What this is, a beef demi-glace. You want about a heaping tablespoon of that beef demi-glace in there, and what that's going to do is that's going to really beef up the flavor of the sauce, the gravy. We got to get that stirred around in there and get it broken up in there to get that flavoring of that beef flavor in there. And beef and mushrooms go together like peanut butter and jelly, right? Oh yeah, oh, it's looking good already. Look at that gravy. Oh boy, that's going to be an awesome gravy. Those mushrooms are going to cook down. Get that cooked down a little bit. Get that Better Than Boullion broken up in there. Got that bacon in there. Oh boy. Oh man. The next thing we're going to do is smother down our beef. Remember our beef that we cooked? We didn't really cook it. It's kind of raw actually, but it's got some flour on it, and that's going to help thicken up the gravy. And we're going to smother it down in that gravy. And the flour is going to help thicken the gravy. And the Worcestershire sauce is going to flavor the gravy. And you've got mushrooms and beef and Worcestershire sauce and just the best stuff on earth right there. And that's got to cook a while. Oh, I missed a piece. Look at that. Get that piece in there. I don't want to miss a single piece of that. That's got to cook for about an hour, believe it or not. So gonna put the cover on the grill and let that cook for about an hour. I'm gonna go make some rice and get a beer while that simmers and thickens and cooks that meat. The meat is gonna be fork tender when we get done cooking it for an hour in this gravy with those mushrooms and all those veggies and all that delicious stuff. So stay tuned, we'll come back, we'll plate this up and drink a beer. Oh, that smothered down steak. I wish you could smell this. It's finished. We're going to put some on some rice that I have here. This is just for me right here. This is my serving of this stuff. Oh man, this stuff is incredible. We're going to put a little bit of, we're going to garnish it with some green onions. Oh, my mouth is watering. The smell of this is amazing. Some rice. You want to eat that with a spoon. Let me tell you what. Let's see if I can show that to you. Here. How's that look? You eat that with a spoon, not a fork. Let me tell you what. Let me get a beer. We'll take the glamour shot and then we'll get a taste of this. Get some of this in my mouth. Stay tuned. My friends, the Frosty Root Boy mug is there. So I gotta get a bottle opener. And here's today's beer. This is from the Shiner Brewing Company in Texas. Sea salt and lime. This is beer brewed with sea salt and lime peel and natural flavor added. 4% alcohol. You could drink this all day long, Rob. I don't know if you can get this at Publix, but this is one awesome beer. I had another beer recently with sea salt and lime in it. I can't remember when, but it was good. I think this is going to be good. I'm going to be pleasantly surprised. Shiner sea salt and lime. Don't overfoam, don't overfoam, don't overfoam. Please don't, please don't. I'm begging you. Is this an ale or a lager? This is a lager. A lager, a citrus lager from Shiner Brewing Company. I can't wait to smell this, Rob, and taste it. Stay tuned. Ah, it smells great. A lager with lime and sea salt in it. I can't wait to taste this. Rob, we've got to quaff the froth off it, baby. I like it. It doesn't taste like the other one that I had. It's very, you can taste the lime, not so much as salt, but I don't know, it's like very refreshing. I can't explain it. It's very limey, refreshing beer. That's all I can tell you. Here, look at this. Smothered down steak. I gotta get some of this in my mouth. And you don't eat this with a fork, ladies and gentlemen. You eat it with a spoon. You get some rice in your spoon. You get some of that meat with that gravy on it. You put that whole thing in your mouth. Ready? Mmm. Oh, man. Mmm. Oh, my goodness. That is delicious. I tell you. Mmm. What a great recipe. Hey, babies, please do yourself a favor. I can't wait to get another piece of this in my mouth. Do yourself a favor, make this recipe, pour it on top of some rice or top of some grits or pasta. A meal fit for a king. Let me tell you what. Mmm. That's delicious. Anyway, yeah, that's my video. We'll see you next week, okay? Bye.